After completing 3 full seasons of sprint race action, opinions among fans and competitors remain divided on their quality and impact on race weekends. The consensus is that change is necessary, a sentiment echoed by teams and drivers who have been calling for modifications for months. While Formula One is adamant about retaining sprint races, they acknowledge the demand for change and are committed to implementing it. In today's video, I will delve into the strategies for fixing sprint races. The decision to reintroduce sprint races in 2024 was disclosed as early as July of this year by F1 CEO Stefano Domenicali. The upcoming season will feature only 6 sprint races, a reduction from the initially planned 10. This adjustment reflects Formula One's commitment to refining the race format until it meets their satisfaction. Originally, the 2024 calendar was intended to include 10 sprint races, but the uncertainty surrounding the format led to a reduction in the number of scheduled sprints. Notably, the 2023 season initially had 24 races on the calendar, but the cancellation of the Emilia-Romagna and Chinese Grand Prix altered the landscape. The selected locations for the 6 sprint races in 2024 are Shanghai, Miami, Spielberg, Austin, Qatar, and Interlagos. While some choices are deemed favorable, others are considered less ideal. Interlagos, for instance, demonstrated its potential as an excellent host for a sprint race, providing thrilling on-track action and showcasing the best example of a successful sprint weekend in the entire season. The Red Bull Ring has previously proven to be a suitable venue for sprint races, earning it a likely permanent spot on the sprint calendar with its return in 2024. Shanghai, on the other hand, poses a risk due to the absence of Formula One visits since 2019 and the unpredictability of how the new cars will perform on the track. Miami, situated around the Hard Rock Stadium car park, is anticipated to be unsuitable for sprint racing, as it has failed to deliver exciting races in its current configuration. Formula One acknowledges that the current sprint race weekend format needs improvement. Over the years, they have made adjustments, such as altering the weekend schedule in 2023 and introducing more points in 2022. To ensure minimal impact on the Grand Prix, they reinstated proper qualifying sessions in 2023. Saturday is designated as the sprint day in Formula One. The concept behind introducing sprints on Saturdays is commendable. Formula One aims to deliver compelling racing throughout the entire Grand Prix weekend, ensuring that fans attending on Friday are not limited to observing only the initial 2 practice sessions. However, the multitude of suggestions for enhancing the weekend format reflects the diverse opinions among fans. Martin Brundle envisions an electrifying Saturday in 2024 through strategic adjustments to the sprint races. He proposes a reshuffling of the session order during a race weekend to create a spectacular Saturday filled with action for spectators. Brundle anticipates that the sprint format will undergo modifications next year, with qualifying for the main race returning to Saturday afternoon. Brundle envisions a captivating Saturday by scheduling the sprint race in the morning and qualifying in the afternoon. This proposed change raises concerns among teams about having adequate time to repair any damages incurred during the morning event. According to Brundle, Friday should feature a single 90-minute practice session in the morning, followed by the sprint shootout qualification in the afternoon, providing another exciting day for fans both trackside and watching remotely. Max Verstappen, the 2023 Drivers' Champion, secured victory in 4 out of 6 sprints this year and has won a total of 7 sprint races since the format's introduction at the 2021 British Grand Prix. Despite his success, Verstappen has openly expressed his reservations about the additional racing. Brundle, however, asserts that the sprint format is here to stay and is a significant improvement over the traditional 3 free practice sessions. While some fans, including Verstappen, voice their dislike for the sprint format, Brundle points to TV audience numbers, demonstrating a substantial viewership for live sports events. He emphasizes that, regardless of personal preferences, the worst sprint race will surpass the appeal of the best alternative format. The demand for change is not limited to the media, as many teams and drivers have also been advocating for improvements to the sprint format in the upcoming 2024 season. Red Bull team principal Christian Horner has emphasized the necessity for Formula One to find a lasting solution for the sprint format, as further adjustments are anticipated in 2024. While Horner advocates for the evolution of the sprint, he underscores the importance of settling on a long-term format, given the frequent changes in recent years. Speaking in Abu Dhabi, he acknowledged the concept's appeal in providing action across all 3 days, but expressed the need for refinement, stating that some sprints have been less impressive and require additional work within the sporting forum. On the contrary, Hastings principal Gunther Steiner encourages F1 to continue experimenting with various solutions. He views the sprint weekend as generally successful for the sport, with increased viewership and positive reception. Steiner advocates a continual pursuit of improvement, acknowledging that while the current format is well received, there is room for enhancement. He emphasizes the importance of not fearing change, whether it leads to improvements or prompts a shift in direction. Recognizing the imperative for change, adjustments are slated for the 2024 season, not only in terms of the races hosting sprints, but also in the weekend format. The final meeting of the F1 Commission at the Yas Marina circuit in Abu Dhabi centered on discussions about the sprint events for 2024 and beyond. Chaired by FIR single-seater director Nicolas Tombazis and F1 president and CEO Stefano Domenicali, the meeting garnered overall support from all F1 teams, F1 and the FIA to update the format, aiming to distinguish the sprint race from the main Grand Prix. In line with suggestions like Martin Brundle's, the revised format will see sprint qualifying on Friday following an FP1 session. Saturday's first session will feature the sprint race, followed by Grand Prix qualifying as the second session on Sunday. These changes were part of a series of announcements made after the F1 Commission meeting at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, addressing concerns about the current system's complexity. Over the past 2 seasons, Friday hosted Grand Prix qualifying, with Saturday dedicated entirely to the sprint, featuring a qualifying session before the race. However, concerns arose that the previous arrangement introduced a significant gap between qualifying and the Grand Prix, raising doubts about the significance of Saturday's action, given the reduced points associated with the sprint. An unresolved aspect is how the new format will intersect with Parc Fermé. In the 2023 season, cars entered Parc Fermé as soon as Grand Prix qualifying commenced on Friday afternoon. With the change placing Grand Prix qualifying after the sprint race, discussions are ongoing about potentially initiating Parc Fermé after the sprint race instead of before. Another option under consideration is establishing a distinct Parc Fermé window for sprint qualifying and the race, permitting teams to make adjustments between the sprint and Grand Prix qualifying on Saturday. While the weekend format adjustment is imminent, the F1 Commission still needs to iron out certain details. One significant topic of discussion could lead to one of the most substantial racing regulation changes in the sport's history. Winter discussions will explore the possibility of incorporating reverse grid sprint races. This proposition entails running Grand Prix qualifying, followed by a sprint race with the starting grid reversed for the main race. Although this idea has been suggested multiple times, its potential adoption would enhance the excitement of sprint races. The question arises, should Formula One maintain the current system or venture into more experiments like reverse grids? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Until the next update, drive safely and farewell for now.